jump over to GC. Okay, so this is our weekly and daily cycle analysis for gold. And you can see that super clear ascending triangle on the intermediate term time frame that we had been highlighting for weeks. We said last week to not fall asleep on that pattern and that it was really priming itself for a move. We set our key levels, which I will show you on the shorter time frames, to say that the move was underway, right? And those got triggered towards the end of last week, and it was off to the races. So that's why it's super key to always have that clear plan in place well beforehand, so you aren't just chasing price. You are actually watching with a plan in mind if certain areas are hit and if certain things actually do in fact occur, correct? So that is what I think is super super important about this chart, is that this was very well orchestrated in terms of how it happened. Now we are clearly in that rising phase on the minor cycle, which is, keep in mind, the minor money flow pattern. And we are still in the rising phase also on the dominant. What is happening in terms of our weekly RS? It has also curled up and it's been positive this whole way here. So that is also quite interesting. In terms of our levels, we have a zone from around 37.30 up to 38.90 here on the intermediate term. If we jump over to the short term, okay, these were our levels. You can see we had all of these equal highs here, right? Very, very visual. And right here, again, I said this in the opener, but on 8/29, right, at around 11 o'clock, I highlighted to our level 3 and 4 members on Discord to watch gold and silver because they were nearing breakouts. I said that live because this was the most important setup that I saw at the time. And you can see that was actually prior to the breakout, because I actually, want to watch how an underlying is trading ahead of that. Is there strong buying? Is it holding up? Is it acting a little bit thinner as it gets towards the breakout? And that's exactly what ended up happening here on the break. It just absolutely ripped right through it because it's a super visible area. That's how it should trade. It should move quickly out from that key price level. And that's exactly what happened here in GC as it moved through those old highs and then quickly moved through that old high here as well. So obviously now we are in a new a new short-term rising phase here. RS is up, slim ribbon is clearly also up. So at this point, we have a zone here from 3642 to 3721. What I want to show you is this period back here. Okay, so keep in mind, right, from these lows, this is right around a $270 move. Okay, go back to our last really strong impulse that looks kind of similar to this one right here, right? After a long period of sideways, just hide the drawings for a second. After a long period of sideways, it broke out to the upside, right? Sharp move up of right around, let's call it $175. What happened after that? A very tight consolidation down around $60 or so from high to low, held that rising trend and gave you another move up. Not unreasonable to see something similar happen here. Very long, right? Oops. Very long consolidation, a move up that may still go a little higher here in the near term, meaning over the next week or so, a little higher, then a really tight pullback to let those EMAs catch up a little bit and then set up another move up. Okay, that's what I'll be looking for here in GC on the daily time frame. Very, very bullish, obviously here, and still poised for likely meaningfully higher.